Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Vehicle City UM-Flint Esports broadcast brought to you by good old Skydagger and joined by...
It's me, Akarui. We're back again. Woo!
Yeah, we're chilling. It's Valo Monday. As always, it's a good time.
It's Valo Monday!
Yeah, it is Valo Monday. Really great to see very good times with our peeps, Swag Bob, Mr. Toothbrush, Mage, Cryptic, and Corazon. You can see them there on the left-hand side of your screen. They're ready to go, and they are ready to take this match here up against Kettering University, our family right across the street, really.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it's gonna be a burn. It's gonna be a barn burner for sure.
I've never heard that phrase before.
Well, welcome to it, because we're starting on Lotus.
Let's see the barn burner at Lotus.
Let's see it. It's gonna be a good time. We don't get observer this time, so not gonna be fancy. I'm gonna have to deal with these things as they come. So, oh well.
We're still in for a good time. We're in for a great time.
We definitely are in for a good time. I do love me some Valorant, some good old FPS, and Swag Bob really pushing this team together. Truly, at the end of the day, it's all about just getting that time spent, all about really building up a lot of this game time together as a team, and, you know, personally, as each of these shooters is trying to improve at their game. You have UM-Flint starting on the defense.
Speaking of time spent, Swag has been queuing since noon. He is putting in that time.
Definitely playing warm for absolute sure. No doubt about it.
All right. Like we're going for 3 on B, 2 on A, 2 on B. Might be having nobody on C. Is there a stream link they're asking?
Is there a stream link? Who's asking?
Opposing team is asking.
Opposing team. Oh, they know. They know.
They'll find us.
We're
here.
We're chilling.
We're chilling on Valo Monday, and that's what we're doing.
That's right. That's right. And pistol round begins.
It's always fun to see, the pistol round. It really challenges these players, making sure they're hitting their headshots. Ooh.
For absolute sure, we see a little bit of an engagement here. Mage kind of bringing up that first contact, getting the kill. Corazon on XD Valley there. Mage trying to get some pot shots straight through the wall.
What a flash.
Yeah, Corazon with 2 kills now. Just taking these shots all the way from connector here.
Holding this angle pretty tight. Corazon's kind of holding by, letting Mage do his thing.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, Corazon going to be actually absorbing a lot of that damage. Mr. Toothbrush finding contact at C, and UM-Flint going to need to rotate pretty quickly here to try and make this contact. The spike getting ever closer to the site, and it's down to a 2v2 after Corazon gets leveled here.
Spike has been planted.
Most likely a C plant here.
Like, Mage is waiting for Swag to catch up to him here. Gonna push as a group. Slow and steady, no shots.
Yeah, Kettering going to be real conservative here while Mage pushes up the fake defuse while Mage actually goes for the half and is sticking it.
What a shot from Mage, the quick turnaround there.
Yeah, and Swag Bob with the combined finish clinches the first round for UM-Flint. Very nicely done.
Very nicely. The flick on Mage as he's defusing the bomb was insane.
Yeah, for absolute sure. Swag, I think, playing from that high ground, getting those final 2 kills, really locked that in. definitely starting out strong here. UM-Flint throwing the first punch, and it's up to Kettering to see if they can play down a little bit, as UM-Flint getting a lot of firepower to begin with here. I think I see a Marshall and Mage with that grenade, starting out very aggressive, going to be trying to get that ult point. As UM-Flint finds a lot of contact in mid, Swagbob with a pick and continuing to fire into the smoke. UM-Flint suffers 2 casualties down mid side as Mr. Toothbrush goes for the flank around. Cryptic finding a little bit of contact.
Nice shot from Cryptic.
Mr. Toothbrush continuing in as Cryptic picks up an AR and tries to clear the other side. Mr. Toothbrush with the stick there. I'm going to be very vulnerable on that bomb as the stuns go down. UM-Flint not too much time to defuse, but Cryptic with a double kill.
Oh, it's so close. Finish run and defuse the bomb, taking a second round for UM-Flint. 3 players left alive. We're rolling to start.
I think it's a very, very solid momentum. Cryptic with a 4K just playing massive, and I think it really lends into I don't think we've seen too many Cryptic games. It's been about 2 weeks since we've seen Cryptic play for us here, and definitely starting out strong. That 4K round 2 gonna be big, and more power plays like that, and UM-Flint is gonna have an easy time here.
After that last one, you know, we saw Corazon, or was it, who's playing Cypher?
Mr.
Toothbrush. Amazing, just like switching between defusing the bomb and right back to just playing defense.
UM-Flint going to be holding very, very close angles on C site, whereas Mage to be holding this choke point on A main as contact is found in C site, as Mr. Toothbrush going to be very careful about swinging this close angle. A little bit of contact over here on A site as well, as Kettering looks for an angle.
Ooh,
and it
close
seems
one with Mage.
getting Corazon was kind of the first step here as the spike is planted.
What a...
Huh? Collateral?
Mage is going crazy with the collateral. Swag cleaning it up a little bit.
If only I was there. That's big.
No
That's
observer moment.
I think that certainly was a collateral. I mean, we might have to. That might be a very careful replay we'll have to look at there.
Yeah, if it shows up on the replay, for sure. All right, back to the buy phase. Doesn't look like too much change here.
Yeah, UM-Flint just going to be saving up the Muns. And Kettering having a solid start here, but they're going to really need to try to kind of out firepower UM-Flint here, as Mage very close on that choke point. Gets flashed.
Bomb buddy going in for Mage. Gonna bounce back the other way though.
Yeah, gonna move through connector, try and find an angle to make sure that Mage has an out in case of an A main push. Cryptic gonna be on that outside, ready for that door to open if it does. And so is Swagbob, looking like an A main push. Swagbob ready for that door to swing open. Mage going to be close on this choke point.
Whoa.
Shockwave goes through.
There's movement right by Mage, holding it through. Kettering's pushing through. Swag takes one out.
Here we go. Swag with a attempted flash there. Cryptic completely flanked around, and UM-Flint caught like fish in a barrel.
We're into a 2v4 situation here. Corazon gets the trade. Toothbrush, last one left alive.
Yeah, one can with a quick swing. Mr. Toothbrush eliminated for the final kill. And it's a tough round for UM-Flint. Really massively holding up on a main and becoming a little too stagnant in the gameplay there. Not entirely realizing the flank was open. And that may have been some sort of gameplay through the mid side as UM-Flint was holding a little wide there on ANC, and it's entirely possible one did manage to slip through the cracks. UM-Flint caught completely off guard.
Then again here, we're seeing a little bit of more tension. You know, C's a little open, but it looks like, I think that's whoever 2 is pushing in through C. Swag trying to catch that open side.
Yeah, the tripwire is going off on C. An immediate alarm for UM-Flint. A quick plant for Kettering, and UM-Flint really going to need to be massive on this retake. The execute happened so fast, and UM-Flint only so much time to snap right back. The Hawk ready to go out, ready for the flash. Mage with the kill. And UM-Flint ready for the retake, moving in.
Everybody's on C here. Corazon with 1. Pre-firing on 2. Corazon on 2. Just miss over the hill.
Finding another one. Sloppy with a double kill. On the outside. Cryptic caught completely out, and the retake completely annihilated by Kettering University.
I think U of M was just a little too slow to bring that push back. Maybe less than 5 seconds. Less than 5 seconds back to C. It could have been it.
Yeah, I think at the same time, there was a lot of positioning, just swinging out instead of kind of brute forcing the defuse, and mustering a defense on the spike may have been a bit of a misstep, as UM-Flint seeming a bit uncoordinated going into that one, needing to really prioritize the spike and move back, don't play for picks, but Swag Bob taken out.
Corazon, a little bit of a miss, trying to hold this angle here.
Cryptic also have been going down here. It's down to a 3v5, and it is looking dire. UM-Flint needs clean picks here. As Mr. Toothbrush rushes onto the site, a tripwire going down, going to hold close, hoping that he can get a choice pick here.
Shots through the smoke, not too much happening though. Just open fire. Spike has been planted.
Seems to be on A site. We do lose Mage, getting shot from out of sight there, as Corazon looking a little bit longer down A main. Finds one, but does trade for Mr. Toothbrush, and it is simply a numbers game, down to a 1v5, immediately reduced to another round win for Kettering University, and Kettering finding the tied match after UM-Flint starting very strong.
You know, and it's almost like a thing of momentum here, where, you know, U of M kind of plays into their momentum a lot, and Kettering just kind of putting their foot down, saying, you will not take this many rounds off us this early. Splitting into a 3 on A, 1 on B, 1 on C, trying to reduce that flank a little bit, seeing lots of action on A already here. Peeking that angle, not seeing too much from Mage. Shots are being fired.
Mage pushed up, but it's clear B main is being threatened. Swag Bob going for the rotate over to C as well. The Cam spotting one out, and it seems the Astra already on C, so it's going to be a tough retake as Mage already getting a pick and getting picked. UM-Flint getting a complete neutralization there, 4v4.
Shockwave's going to go through, not kidding anybody though. Swag Bob with 1, Swag Bob almost with 2, getting a little bit of damage off.
UM-Flint stuck in a very dangerous position. They finally move through with the shockwave of their own. Cryptic getting 2, and it's almost a third. Lots of damage on target as Island gets the kill on Swag, and it's down to this 1v1. Corazon swinging the pillar and gets taken down by Island for Island's 3rd kill.
It's so interesting to see, especially in the 1v1 situations where it's down to just whoever has the right angle as they peek the corner, whoever has that slightly faster reaction time. I think that's what it's all about, especially in a game like Valorant, being this tactical shooter of kind of knowing your opponent as best as you can.
Yeah, I think the predictability of your opponent is an important factor. I think maybe holding a little closer or not swinging as wide there may have been better, but that is the gamble you take when you're reduced to those 1v1s. Cryptic facing a lot of fire on A main seems to be a favorite of Kettering's, especially on this choke point here. Cryptic getting caught out and just a little too much hubris with that push onto the door. That was an unbelievable misstep. UM-Flint fighting down 1 as Swag Bob with a very much needed clean pick, but caught completely out.
Mage trying to step in here a little bit, trying to keep that corner placed, not letting them get that weapon. Then again, it's still lots of pressure on A. The spike is planted. Toothbrush in the midst of their ranks. Corazon.
Just quick scoping like it's Call of Duty. Corazon on site gets taken out by 1can, and Mr. Toothbrush hiding behind the box looking for the defuse. Mage with the protect on the defuse, but 1can through the wall, and also on Mage a clutch with 3 kills for 1can and another round win for Kettering University.
3-5 now. UVM lagging a little bit behind.
Still not able to win a round after Kettering's ability to continue pushing, continue giving their massive amounts of pressure after UM-Flint's few round wins. So what we need to see at this point is a lot less mistakes. UM-Flint needing to play more conservatively, especially in terms of this A main, getting caught out a lot. Kettering obviously playing this a lot more than UM-Flint.
Mage is going to take that trade, but it's still, we need more clean 2-and-1s instead of that 1-to-1. It is the numbers game. That is what is causing these losses, I believe.
Cryptic with 1. Get that pick down A main. UM-Flint successfully challenging that one. Now in a 4v3, Kettering University going to need to rethink their strategy to actually completely push into sight here and get that spike down. Cryptic finds another
shot.
The operator doing a lot of damage here and providing UM-Flint a lot of value. Cryptic with these picks, very important here. 4v2, and Mr. Toothbrush through the wall,
through the
off
box
of the tripwire detonation there. Cryptic and Corazon moving to intercept.
30 seconds on the clock. Spike still hasn't been planted yet. Things are looking up in this 3v1. Trying to peek this corner.
Flint playing a lot more conservatively, especially on this swing here. If Spike is planted, the enemy could only be so far from sight. But UM-Flint actually has a big feeling that it's going to be on the other side of the map, and they do, in fact, deduce that. They find that, I believe that was the raise on the A site there, taking her out and defusing the bomb. UM-Flint finally punching back after losing a lot of momentum.
What a nice clean win, too. I feel like, you know, we've seen a lot of these be super close, but this was in terms of, we had 3 left, which could be looking up. You know, I think Swag got back on with the operator, pulling this flash. No operator this time from Swag Bob, though.
I think we're going to continue seeing Cryptic with it. Cryptic just really, really solid with the op. Just getting those kills here, but it's going to be a much more aggressive angle here on C main, hoping for a pick. Cryptic playing real forward. Mage gets 2, trading their life for it. UM-Flint will take that, as it is once again this A main.
By swinging over. What I was talking about earlier. We need these 2-and-1s instead of the 1-to-1. Still back down to a 4-to-3.
Swag Bob. Small angle here as Cryptic goes for a shot on A main. Corazon getting the kill after the enemy tries to move up on Cryptic's angle, it seems. And UM-Flint in a very advantageous position here, 4v2, as Corazon close here on that Killjoy. Killjoy turning on Swag Bob. Cryptic.
Need another Cryptic clip here. 2 more quick stops, just like it's Call of Duty.
Cryptic watching close sight there, and it looks like Kettering actually going to rotate over to B site. Smoke's going down. Mr. Toothbrush back of sight. Here's the spike. That's 1 on the tripwire. A little bit more suppressive fire through another.
Wow.
Smoke going down, but Corazon with the final kill.
UM-Flint starting to push back, tying back up the score one more time to 5-5. They're starting to get their momentum back, just like they were in the beginning here. Splitting up 2-2-1. Looks like they're trying to call out Kettering for favoring certain points here.
I think it's going to be more of a 4-and-1 in this case. Mr. Toothbrush ready for the rotate. But it's going to be a lot more aggression on this A main. Mage pushing up with the grenade. It's going to be a shockwave from Kettering to begin with. Cryptic, though, with a pick on C site as Mage and Swag actually looking to Mage very close.
Wow.
Unbelievably dangerous here. Gets flashed by teammate there. Going to swing even harder. Does also still get flashed, but Mage getting 1 kill on Island. UM-Flint up 2 personnel.
May be blind, but he's still getting his shots in. Mage, one more time, trying to maybe get through this box a little bit, holding this very tight angle, preventing anybody from coming in.
I think it is a very aggressive angle here. If UM-Flint finds a possibility, they can go in and flank. But Corazon failing to defend the B site. We hear the spike plant, but Mage moving on to the spike holder, getting the kill.
Mage aggressively going in.
Finishing the round there.
4-0. What a dominating win with that one.
I think very, very important here. UM-Flint, despite me saying that we need to play a little bit more conservatively, I think in certain respects they have listened.
You're manifesting this into their play.
Though I think Mage's kind of like offensive gameplay has kind of given us a lot to kind of learn from. This aggression, really taking advantage of Kettering's favorability of this choke point, and Cryptic with another as Swag Bob. Oh, so deep. The turret actually catching Swag Bob out on the flank here as Corazon
With 2.
the second kill here.
Lots of condition on C. 2-3.
Ooh.
Cryptic with a nice shot. Mage also as well. 3 in a row for UM-Flint.
Little cheeky teabag from Mage there, as UM-Flint up the rounds here. 2 rounds, and the gap hasn't gotten that wide between these 2 teams. It is fairly contested as UM-Flint continues to try and press their advantage here. Going to be buying just the pistols here, and it's be a chill round.
A little bit of a conserving round, wouldn't you think?
Well, actually, it's that they
Oh,
are
they
on the attacking
They
side.
did. I do see that now. I was wondering. I was like, where did it all go?
So
But you know, I was blinking and I did miss it.
certainly did. As we go into this pistol round, Swag Bob gonna look for some intel on this A site. XD Valley getting a kill right off the bat. Mage, a very solid entry, getting taken out, and UM-Flint picked off one by one as Mr. Toothbrush opens up, gets a wall out, trying to find any possible angle to enter through this Astra smoke. It is going to be a little bit tough as UM-Flint not in a great position. The 2v5 is a bit of a wash, I think. It is hard to fight back from.
A little bit of damage on Mr. Toothbrush, but bringing it back down to a 2 and 4. Still not too favorable, but definitely hasn't been a chill round at all, even for just pistols here.
Yeah, trading a lot of health for that, and pistol rounds, it's just
Sloppy through the smoke. Not sloppy at all. In fact, clear him out.
yeah, it's a bit of an onslaught there. I think in this case, UM-Flint needing to really find kind of a limiting point on that push, maybe needing to rotate. They committed real hard, especially after losing Mage there. A very solid defense from that Astra smoke, and it was just a bit of an overcommittal. UM-Flint maybe needing to find some sort of other opportunity at that point. Mage going to be the first one to swing a little wide here. Nade going in. Astra smoke to counter. Mage with the satchel charge hopping right onto site, and no contact as Mage tries to get the shots down on XD Valley, but Corazon also falls to the same.
Wow, so we're gonna wash by Island. It was at 3 in a row, I believe. Cryptic takes him out though. Spike has been picked back up. Unfortunately, Cryptic not able to bring it back. Our players, I think you were right on this aspect where during these few beginning rounds, our players need to be more conservative before they can get the weapons they want to play aggressive like Mage was in the last final rounds when we were on defense.
Yeah, I think UM-Flint, when these sides switch, oftentimes they struggle to ascertain their tempo, and there begins to be kind of this push and pull from each teammate. You can see kind of struggling. You see these early mistakes, and it becomes easy for schools like Kettering to capitalize on that. Mage getting stuck out in a lot of util, completely vulnerable there as UM-Flint taking it very slowly, looking for a rotate. Swag Bob moving down mid to look for any possible angles as UM-Flint hoping to punish any sort of overextension from Kettering here. Mage and Cryptic just holding that one close as Swag Bob swinging this B site. Doesn't see too much activity. There has to be one holding this, and Island taken out as Swag Bob ready to flash anyone who's ready to kind of peek this mid side. Momelo does swing out. Swag Bob was right in that intuition there as the spike goes down. Mr. Toothbrush with a very helpful Cypher wall here. Mage moving onto site, taking out Momelo. XD Valley killing Mage.
Really good suppressive fire from Swag, keeping that angle locked in, making sure nobody gets near that spike. Corazon also getting ready for people to peek. Swag just not letting up on this angle.
UM-Flint very much entrenched. It is a 3v1, and the suppressive fire eventually hits that Killjoy there. Locking down round number 15 for UM-Flint on that 8-7. Going to be kind of a close one.
It's been really close so far. This is really impressive from both sides. Kettering, I mean, even though they're favoring this certain choke point, it's been working out for them. But UM-Flint starting to make it back here, show them that we're no pushovers. Our players know what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, I will challenge that notion. U of Flint playing very well here individually, but as a team, few of these mistakes, if they clean these up, I think they certainly could absolutely see a massive gap in score on this map here. Swag Bob moving right back out of that mid-peak, going to possibly flash anyone who's going to challenge the push there. Mr. Toothbrush going to be first on to C.
It's smoke in the middle of the smoke. Toothbrush trying to find anything. Lots of fire. Mage gets taken down. Toothbrush also gets flashed.
You should run.
The Killjoy with the ulti.
What does Killjoy's ult do? Please explain it, please.
Big ol' field, and at the end of it,
Seconds left.
you kind of get frozen. You get detained if you're caught in the field. And Cryptic catching 2 out. Very, very solidly done. Cryptic going into enemy spawn and getting caught out by Mo Mello. It is 3v3. Cryptic not taking those picks as blessings and going to be a little too aggressive there as UM-Flint down to 2v3.
Toothbrush covering. Did get the pick on Corazon.
Gets completely peeked out. Too many angles to cover at once as both the Killjoy and Astra survive this one out and defuse the spike to tie the game 8-8.
We've seen so much back and forth that it's been so close this evening. Going from 3-1 back to 3-3, then back to 5-5, and here we are 3 rounds later, back at 8-8.
Yeah, I mean, U of Flint, it's tough. I mean, I see a lot of opportunity for us to do a lot more damage each round, but it gets to be those little mistakes, kind of making closer decisions on a little bit more strategy in terms of the tactical aspect of this shooter here.
Shockwave not hitting anything. Swag holding it out. Trying to get this util. Seeing one.
One in tunnels here. That connector is going to be wide open as Swag Bob travels right through. Going to look for a flash as he exits the smoke screen. Mage on site already. Catch by the Astra.
Swag back and Corazon taking out one. 4-3. Toothbrush putting a smoke down.
UM-Flint trying to swing onto site. Cryptic caught out seemingly in the middle of nowhere. Mr. Toothbrush with another one, and it's 2v1. The Astra still possibly on site as Swag Bob and Mr. Toothbrush running and gunning for this C site. Swag Bob with the heal. Possibly. Pulls up the heal. Actually, I don't think either of them needed it.
It's purely an intimidation tactic at this point. Spike's been planted. They're playing hot potato with it.
10 seconds left. My ult's ready.
All right, now it's just up to Swag and Toothbrush to hold this down, put them back in the lead here. Catches sight on one. Camera spots them. Swag trying to get some suppressive fire through the wall.
Going to lose a lot of health there.
Only a few more seconds so the spike is up. Toothbrush and Swag holding tight to the wall.
Mr. Toothbrush with the final kill. UM-Flint escaping the spike, and it's another round win. That is a good question. Whose map pick is this? I mean, So Kettering University is the home team, so I'm going to imagine it might actually have been theirs. I don't think I see U of M-Flint practicing this map too often. I believe this is Oasis or something like of the sort.
All right, smoke in this point. Bursting through it, not too much. Mage getting that suppressive fire over the wall. Grenade goes out. Not connecting with too much.
We do have Mr. Toothbrush actually on the rear side, catching one completely out and using the ulti. You have Flint with a lot of info on possible enemy entries here. Cryptic with a kill just long ways all the way to C main there.
Cryptic with one. Bring it to a 5-2. One
You
can
lose
take
Cryptic, but Swag Bob with a double kill to end the round. And you have Flint soars ahead with a two-score deficit.
Yep, that is
for
2.
Kettering, yeah.
Only 3 left here for you them to take the point or the round. You know what? You're spreading it to me. Get your stutters away from me.
I'm not spreading it. There's no spread, okay? None of that. None of that. We're big chilling here.
All right, 3 seconds.
Mr. Toothbrush gonna use those tripwires on the behind. You have Flint not wanting to get caught out as it's a slow push mid. Pushing as a bit of a group here, making sure to possibly catch one out. It's gonna be a massive execute on B site if it's clear. As Swag Bob leads the charge, the spike going down, and they find the Killjoy on the other side of mid. Mage going in deep and is unable to get the kill on Island as you have Flint down 1 with the spike down, and Swag Bob getting the door opened right behind him. He's going to challenge this, finds Island, and you have Flint with a flash on point, unable to move back onto site, and the spike diffused.
Wow.
Even after such a good execute, Mr. Toothbrush getting a double kill at the end there, but it was just a solid execution with not enough follow-up, unfortunately, as the enemy did make a quick retake. It's very defender-sided when you are kind of planting that bomb there. Lots of angles for them to kind of retake, and you have Flint kind of funneling down the single angle where they couldn't challenge that retake, unfortunately.
And here I thought that getting the spike down early would have been super good, but it turns out it went against them in this matter. Mage taking one through the smoke. Flash looking for something. Toothbrush with another one.
One on the flank caught completely out. Swag Bob planting the bomb, and we have Cryptic finding the raise, getting taken out. Mage with a kill. One can taking out Mage, and it's a 3v2 in a few short seconds. Mr. Toothbrush catching one out. Corazon with the kill, but that Astra.
One also taking out Swag. 2-1. Spike is still down. We got Toothbrush and Corazon holding this tight angle one more time. It's worked for us before.
Last player standing.
1-1.
Mr. Toothbrush retreating, just not going to take the gunfight immediately. One can getting caught out by the spike there. And Mr. Toothbrush making a little bit more of an informed decision as Astra much closer to the spike than he was, letting it detonate. And you have Flint taking another round, continuing to keep that 2-round advantage.
Very smart decision by Mr. Toothbrush too, just knowing that sometimes it's better to back off instead of trying to take that gunfight and end up giving the opposing team more cash they need, really for anything. You know, keeping them at as much as an advantage as possible, trying to hold this 2-point lead, hopefully not going into overtime.
Full Vandal buy from U of M Flint. Going to be Pre-firing a lot here. UM-Flint leaving their cards out on the table, but the satchel charges come in. The rocket goes out and does catch the Killjoy as Mage soaring through the skies, getting in there. And finally, UM-Flint does this B-site push with a little bit more rigor, actually being much further in and is able to possibly deflect any sort of retake that Kettering might have here. They're going to need some really clean picks if Kettering wants to retake this one here.
Swag Bob looking for a flash. Does get one, I believe. Might have been our own team as well.
Yeah, Swag Bob and Corazon actually following up, getting another, and Cryptic with another for a flawless team ace round there, as UM-Flint has reached match point and Kettering just down.
This is, we're back to this thing, talk about momentum, and I hate to keep repeating myself, but it's showing. It's showing here that once we're getting into this kind of, more offensive standpoint, it's where U of M is starting to floor, where they were able to play conservative in the early rounds and squeak a few out, versus now, Mage is moving too fast for Valorant. They are not playing Valorant. They're moving so fast.
I mean, I'd argue the I feel like the race, that's the whole point. It's massive. Mage just plays super fast, super aggressive, very much coming out on this map and is extremely helpful with all of these possible angles, lots of these close quarter engagements. It can go from wide to close very quickly. So Mage taking advantage of that very much so. Cryptic getting caught a little bit in the util. Swag Bob finding one in the tunnels. Peeks connector and does not get a shot on target there. 5v3. UM-Flint plants the spike, and it's looking pretty close as Cryptic lines them up, and Swag Bob with the follow-up. One last one as Mage gets the last kill for game one.
13-9, UM-Flint taking that victory. Good first game, honestly. U of M pulling through in the end, very, very back and forth, but U of M holding that lead as long as they could.
No, for absolute sure, and it just it really came down to a bit of a standstill. That 8-8, U of M Flint needing to turn it around, needing to make a big change there, and so U of M Flint cooking on this first game, and we will be right back for Sunset in 3 minutes. Catch you later. And we have returned for Sunset. U of M Flint gonna be coming in here hot. Already a map win under their belt. Series point for U of M Flint, and see Mr. Toothbrush picking up that Cypher. Corazon with the Viper. Cryptic on the Omen this time, and Swag actually on Sova. Mage taking the very, very trusty Raze, and it's our GOAT, Mage. Playing that last round, did get 19 kills, very close to that 20 that our homeboy Jake in the chat absolutely loves, but we're finally locked in for Sunset, and U of M Flint ready to go.
We've seen it once before. We've seen it many, many times. U of M Flint able to start out, last time with a little bit of a lead, and we're hoping for that again one more time. If not, we're fighting hard today. We're doing good. I think our players are nice and confident over there.
Yeah, and I think U of M Flint just needing to be very careful about these side flips. When it comes to play on the attacker's side, U of M Flint needs to play with a little bit more understanding that they might kind of end up down a little bit. It's kind of the symptom at the current moment, and U of M Flint really needs to kind of bat that out and play together and make a lot less of those mistakes here.
They did clean themselves up, and we're going to see here now how much mistakes they can clean as we start round 1 with the pistols. Toothbrush getting taken out by Onekin. Swag Bob. Cryptic holding that smoke, seeing if anybody's going to pop out. Alone, though, on B. A little bit of movement in middle there.
Corazon might be first contact on that one in mid, as Mage also sees signs coming into A main. UM-Flint kind of held in the dark, but Swag Bob getting XD Valley. The enemy Cypher taken down. However, Sloppy taking down Mage, and it looks like an A-site push. The Viper with the wall here. Corazon with the activation, moving into the smoke, ready for the push onto A-site, as Cryptic looking for a flank or possibly catching the rotate from Kettering, as B-site looks to be their target. UM-Flint getting picked off 1 by 1 down to a 2v4, as this round has just been the longest one in recent time, down to 15 seconds to plant, and Swag Bob going to be the last one alive in this 1v4.
Getting 1, Swag Bob. Location being revealed, trying to move. Swag Bob with 2, 1v2, lots of damage on Swag Bob still. 3 for Swag Bob.
Holy moly.
Not touching the spike at all.
Swag lit for 33.
Swinging in tight. Fake defuse. Oh!
And that was such a good try. Swag Bob trying to take that game back right there, but it just slips from his fingertips. It is a tough one to see. Swag just not enough health, 11 health to finish that off, and it was just unfortunately not enough there. That's a tough one to see.
Tough one to see, but, you know, still very close. You know, Swag Bob, you know, carried a little bit, getting those very quick shots, coming back from the 1v3, I believe, holding a 4-1 KDA, highest on the board right now.
No, absolutely. That 4K could have been 5, and really
could have been.
Really unfortunate. The 1v5 clutch did not happen. I know he can do it though.
Oh, we've seen it before.
I need this in my life. We do see a few contacts coming in on B site. You have Flint quickly rotating for it, but we do have Corazon just in case on that A, and there goes the Red Canary as Corazon dies on A site. You have Flint quickly rotating. I don't think it's a Red Canary. I think it's a yellow one. That's... Yeah, I feel like they don't have those in minds. And XD Valley taking Mr. Toothbrush out, getting caught in the spawn there as Swag Bob with that Sheriff.
Makes up for his little slight miss there. Swag Bob getting taken out, peeking that corner. Sloppy with 2 now, also taking out Cryptic, leaving Mage the last one left alive, trying to rotate in. Revenge on his teammates. Mage with 1 now.
Big kill for Mage, picking up this weapon here, going to be the Phantom from that Sova, going to be swinging on to A side here, finding another kill. 2 completely clean kills without losing any health, no armor though, as he swings onto site, getting shockwaved and comboed by that Omen. Real tough.
Right. Into round 3 here. Kettering with a 2-point lead against U of M. Toothbrush here still... Oh, no, never mind. I was about to say, is he staying pistol on round 3? Okay. But it looks like no.
Okay.
I was a little confused. He didn't have anything yet.
Yeah.
All right.
Real. I mean, and you know, Toothbrush, I mean, you gotta love seeing the Odin. Always with the suppressive fire, always hoping for a little bit of a blind kill, comes into play a lot, and Mr. Toothbrush always a solid anchor with the way that he plays. So really excited to see what he's gonna do with that Odin. Hopefully we get a lot of action out of it, as Swag Bob does catch a few out here.
Lots of sight in the middle here, trying to maybe push towards B.
Lots of different avenues here for Kettering, hoping for a pick. And when they do get it, they are going to rotate. UM-Flint just needing to play very carefully. Momelo getting Cryptic from behind on B main. And it's going to be tough. Mr. Toothbrush getting completely pushed on. XD Valley just rushing in as the plant goes down on B side. Swag Bob very carefully moving around the smoke. Mage going to be pushed up here, getting taken out by one can, and Island with the follow-up.
This is Swag Bob's opportunity for 1v5 clutch again. Not that much time on the spike. Just all around him.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's tough team ace against Kettering. 0-3, starting out a little bit slower now. Moving into round 4. UM-Flint needs to, as said before, clean up these mistakes we're making here. Spreading out a little too much, I would say. But who knows? I haven't seen too much from UM-Flint as far as Valorant goes.
I think in terms of this 0-3, UM-Flint needs to change it up a little bit. That's very easy to say, but we do see a little bit of change. Swag Bob actually looking for a massive flank down mid as the lasers coming out here.
Shot to the head wasn't enough to kill. I'm surprised.
It's a little bit of a dink there. Not high enough of a caliber, unfortunately. Mr. Toothbrush getting caught out, and Swag Bob on the flank, although it doesn't seem to matter as it's a 3v5, and Kettering completely aware as one can with 3 kills to end that round, and another flawless round for Kettering. It is getting dire. It's getting UM-Flint.
That was rougher than the last one, I would say. Hopefully UM can take into account their last 2 losses and try to change it up a little bit. Swag, that was a nice flank down middle, I would say, but not enough to take Kettering by surprise.
Yeah, unfortunately, there was that tripwire on the behind there, so I think even though that flank could have gone well, just not any good way to kind of ante that tripwire. Swag Bob does get the neutralization on Cryptic. Mr. Toothbrush with another.
Back to a 2v2. Mage taking out XD Valley. Another one from Mage taking out Sloppy.
Can Mage save this round? Down to a 2v1. If these two can simultaneously swing an angle, maybe not back to back, but oh my goodness, Mage just lining them up, and it's just straight up a war of attrition here as UM-Flint seemingly playing deathmatch a little bit on that round. And I think they need to base a lot of what they did on these next few rounds. UM-Flint needing to get a lot more of that gunplay in and not give Kettering too much of the opportunity to put them in these choke points, to put them in this funnel that leads them right to Kettering.
We've seen Mage do it before, you know, blasting in fast. Gonna send in that bomb buddy. Gets location revealed by the recon bolt, though, giving Kettering that slight advantage. Drone's gonna come out from Cryptic.
No contact.
Spurs on spotting 2. Mage taking out Mo Yellow. 5v4.
The angle on B site gets to be that much more difficult as UM-Flint does get that pick. They did suffer a lot of damage to Cryptic here, but Cryptic going to be a lot more deep onto B site. Swag Bob getting caught out in spawn. Really unfortunate death there as Cryptic going to be the one to defend the line. Only 8 health there. Corazon falling as well. And Cryptic
literally 1 hit. Gonna try to make a comeback here. Has his location revealed, though. Shots through the boxes. None of them are gonna hit him. Mage trying to get this flank. Spike has been planted. Cryptic getting taken out. 2v4. Mage also getting taken out by Valley on a 3-kill hot streak right now.
Mr. Toothbrush completely stunned there. 1v4 and a dream. Spike is down. And Mr. Toothbrush looking to just save this one. UM-Flint down a 4th round here in a deficit.
Honestly, what we could need here is just for to switch back onto the attacker's side. We saw a lot of movement, and you know, this we were excelling in the last game point. So you know, it could just be a matter of waiting out until we get that reset, get the nerves out.
Then again, at the same time, this map just getting to be really difficult. I mean, we finally on this defender's side. UM-Flint gonna need to muster up and make a bit of a change.
Shockwave comes out, doesn't hit too much. Toothbrush pushing through all the utilities. Mage avoids the grenade. UM-Flint a little clumped up in that choke point there. Cryptic is gonna get taken out. Swag Bob trying to push through it. They're just holding them out. Gets taken out by XD Valley. Mage also gets taken by Wunkin. Corazon misses the headshot. Trying to hold this angle one more time and get the pick. 2v5 once again. One from Toothbrush. Spike hasn't been planted yet still. Corazon and Mr. Toothbrush still very, very far apart in the map.
You do hear the plant. A site is where the spike is. It's Corazon looking for a possible angle with the Marshall here. Mr. Toothbrush going to be from a main, trying to look for that camera angle on the behind. Corazon hit by the spy cam dart and going to be unpinning. Floppy with the kill. Mr. Toothbrush looking for a retreat.
Location getting revealed did hurt them very, very much there. Mr. Toothbrush trying to just retreat back to B. 1v5. Losing the round, putting it at 1-6. Kettering in the lead by 5 points.
UM-Flint fighting against a bit of a hill here. 5-round deficit. On the defender's side, just still not kind of regaining a new sense of purpose after the role swap here. Mr. Toothbrush looking for that sort of flank defense here with the trip mines. But UM-Flint just still kind of caught out, still not able to really make an effective move just yet.
Wall is up 3. I think that was all on B. Swag Bob kind of alone here. Gets regrouped with Cryptic. They kind of retreat back a little bit. Cryptic with 1 with the operator. Looking for one more.
Swag Bob with the Sova ult. Looking for any damage. And the spike still looking to be planted here on B site. Swag Bob looking for any possible angles as he completely clears out the beginning start of B site.
Mr. Trooper, there was 1. Swag Bob with 2.
2v1. Caught completely behind Island with the shots on. The stun on Swag. Swag with another fake defuse. He's turning away from the flash here. Playing straight up games with Swag.
Holding too much pressure onto that spike.
Going to try and retreat with the operator, but another win for Kettering University. The truly heartbreaking loss there. Still losing that operator and in a really tough place economically. UM-Flint not too much to work off of here. Swag Bob playing a lot with the Sheriff here going to really try and look for that eco, but it's definitely looking like Kettering really wants to swing back here.
Spy Dart Cam does catch Toothbrush out. Lots of damage. Lots of ults here. Mage coming over top. Gets taken out by Sloppy. Corazon trying to come in from the back. One from Cryptic. 3v2. Smoke does go out.
UM-Flint playing a lot more aggressive here.
We're both trying to look for anything. Corazon takes out one.
Swag tries to find the last one. The Omen completely lost on the map here. UM-Flint gets Cryptic that last kill, and UM-Flint finally crawls back outside of this hole that they've been in, finally reducing that 6-round deficit to 5. It is going to be a long road ahead for UM-Flint if they want to turn this one around.
Bit of an uphill climb, but you know, if anything plays out like how it did last round, we're gonna if it ties back up to 7, definitely, you know, not to repeat myself, but a long climb back up.
No, for absolute sure. It is gonna be a difficult one for sure. It is much more of a gap than UM-Flint was playing last round, last map rather, and Mage seemingly unfazed, but unfortunately one can with a return kill here. Swag Bob with a recon dart, or actually a shock dart rather, trying to catch one out. Unfortunately, it's going to be this 4v4, both teams playing with lowered personnel.
Toothbrush trying to find anything. All he's going to see is a grenade come through.
UM-Flint does in fact see the enemy Sova drone on the B site, but oh goodness gracious, Swag Bob taken off guard by the Raze ulti, down to a 2v3, as Mr. Toothbrush and Corazon look for the push for the retake onto B site. The Omen, the Raze, and the Sova still alive. Sova most likely with an ulti here, as Mr. Toothbrush looking to swing. Moving with the cage, catching one out with the recon bolt, and going to be looking for these kills. Corazon with the follow-up. Smoke onto the bomb here. The defuse.
Through the Venom.
Oh, but the shot's actually not ringing through. Corazon coming back out for the kill, and
Oh, it's tight. It's tight.
oh my goodness. Unfortunate. I think the decision to not stick was, I mean, I think it was entirely necessary. You may have heard the enemy combatant right around the back there, but just a really tough round.
This is a tough decision to make too, you know, and you got footsteps behind you, ahead of you, when you're in that tight 2v1. You know, and we've seen U of M do it all night, but with mix-up on the trying to defuse and pushing off, and it's worked, but it's just one of those times where sticking to it probably would have been better.
Then again, lost rounds are lost rounds. They will not happen again. XD Valley getting a pick right on XD, right on Swag Bob there. Mage trying to get the retake, but really unfortunate, as Kettering University completely overtakes mid and looks for a push onto B site. It's Cryptic, completely unaware of this.
Down to a 2v5.
Spike planted.
Spike does get planted. Corazon and Mr. Toothbrush pushing it as a group, trying to find where they're all at. Looks down mid, nothing too much. Spike timer slowly running down. Hear a little bit of movement coming around the corner. Trying to hold this tight.
Bolt going through, and Corazon with a little bit of returning fire, unable to finish that kill out. Sloppy getting the kill on Corazon. Mr. Toothbrush all the way back, and it's going to be that spike detonating here, as Mr. Toothbrush taken down for another flawless round from Kettering University. 9-2, and UM-Flint needing this swap, needing to find it, to finally get given the attacker's side, to finally find some sort of grass on the other side.
Hopefully that grass is greener.
Well, we will see.
We will see.
Very soon. UM-Flint does have an opportunity here after this swap, but they will only have 2 chances. Swagbob taken down by the enemy Omen once again, getting first picked. It's really unfortunate. UM-Flint losing a main fragger there really quickly. Mage on the behind, the trigger discipline, and not able to get the second.
Mr. Toothbrush also gets taken out down to a 2v4. Corazon knows where they're at. Takes him down. Gets traded by Momelo. Cryptic, last one left alive. 1v3.
Spike planted.
Picks up the Guardian.
For the half here, Cryptic going to need a clean 1v3. The jump peaks from the Rays. Cryptic watching the behind, and is going to try and get bolted there, but Cryptic ready with the smoke. Gets caught out.
2-10. We're going to swap here now onto the attacking side, hopefully giving you any ground to step on here. You know, only 3 points away from Kettering, takes the game point, taking UM-Flint to a 3rd round.
8 possible round wins to tie this up, and only 2 for Kettering to reach match point. It's looking absolutely dire. It is looking really tough here as UM-Flint just it's gonna need to be a new beginning, but also it's gonna need to be an absolute stunner of a next few attacker rounds here for UM-Flint to really pull this one through. And not like I don't believe, but goodness gracious, is this map really tough on UM-Flint.
Mage gonna throw the grenade, not catching anybody. Also sending out the bomb buddy.
Lots of combatants caught out on site here. Swagbob falling. Sloppy taking out a few as Corazon Mage get 2. Cryptic with another one as it's down to a 2v2. UM-Flint versus Kettering University. Corazon
Player standing.
trying to get Sloppy there. Cryptic finds Mello, but Sloppy finds Cryptic.
With a 4 kill streak from Sloppy.
Yeah, that 4K going to play in massively as UM-Flint only 2 rounds away from losing this game and going to Decider. It is a very decisive map for Kettering, making it that much more worrying about the Decider simply on paper. Mr. Toothbrush just really trying to feel it. Really trying to feel himself here.
He's warming his fingers up.
Yeah.
He's ready for the 10-point mountain that he's about to climb. Getting his fingers warm.
It's going to be big. Cryptic leading the way here. Bit of a smoke as they pile into the choke point. B site execute is what it looks like. And Mr. Toothbrush swinging onto site. Doesn't seem to be any contact as UM-Flint kind of correctly assumes the Kettering defense of A site. A bit of a push onto mid as Corazon falls. Mage getting a pick, and it's another 4v4. One can taking out Cryptic, and Mage not able to follow up 1v3 in a matter of seconds.
Really early plant, but the 2v1 situation, Mr. Toothbrush, is going to result in the loss. 2-12, match point. Kettering only needs this last win to send us into a 3rd set.
Flint against the wall, and the only possible way is for a miracle run UM-Flint just in a bit of a spot here.
Certainly a rough spot. Then again, anything is possible. A little bit of a different loadout we're looking at. Armor on 2. Swag Bob trying to get an early kill. Unfortunately taken out by Wunkin. Not what we want to see here in match point. Mr. Toothbrush trying to get an early Mage with 1. Shooting through the smoke. Taking another. Picks up the Bulldog. Pushing in more.
Mage moving a little quick here, but it's going to be needed. UM-Flint needing to make a very decisive move. Mage with another kill on Sloppy, and Cryptic following up. What is this team? Who is this? What? Okay, this is an entirely different team.
We actually subbed out all of our players.
Goodness gracious! That was such a quickly done match. It felt. I don't know. Check the PayPal. What was that? Goodness gracious. Kettering crumbling in seemingly seconds here, and it's looking that much more devious when it comes to this match point, needing to figure this one out.
All right. 3-2. Shockwave comes out, catches Corazon off guard. Back down to a 3v3. Mage gets flashed, gets taken out. Corazon getting another one, 2v2, evening it back out.
Oh.
Caught reloading the gun. Toothbrush, 1v2, all alone on B, trying to catch them, pushing back in.
1v2 entirely possible from Mr. Toothbrush here. I'm going to need to play very carefully. The plant on B site would be a default, I think, and Kettering would be fully expecting that, probably rotating over right now as Mr. Toothbrush does see one of the cams, and it seems the cam most likely saw him as Mr. Toothbrush hoping to bait out Kettering University. 40 seconds on the clock to plant the spike. Looks down mid.
A little bit of a gunfight. Toothbrush super low, only on 30 health.
Detecting the enemy position and finds the Omen closer to the enemy spawn site here. Mr. Toothbrush with the plant, 30 health left. Lots of tripwires, lots of cams still available. It is going to be down to this 30 health and a dream.
What a lock! Toothbrush.
Holy moly.
Oh my god.
What? Okay. That was so fast. They didn't expect that. That was crazy. What? Okay.
UM-Flint making a stand here. It might be match point. Doesn't mean our players have given up anything just yet. Toothbrush locking in the 15th round, putting us into the 16th, 4-12. Still at match point. Moving in at 3-2 here. Actually, 4-1. Sorry. A little bit of a missed shot there. Nothing too much. Staying right out of range.
Cryptic nice with the side steps here as UM-Flint looks for that B-side offensive. The enemy Cypher with the Neural Theft to try and close this one out, but it's another 2v2, and Kettering hates these. Cryptic moving back onto site, catching one out, but not able to finish the kill off. Corazon around the corner. The flash attempt from the enemy. Momelo getting the kill on Corazon, and it's down to Cryptic.
Another one from Cryptic. Spike is counting down. Still a 1v1 now.
Teleporting across the way. Multiple teleports. Trying to fake out this raise and catches her off guard.
Another one for UM-Flint.
It is that much more tense. UM-Flint down to these 1v1s, and it is just cutting it so close. UM-Flint needing these next few rounds. It's looking more and more like the next 7 won't be too hard if they can keep the dream alive.
Got the master of mix-up here, teleporting everywhere. Mixing up his location, able to squeak out another win. Only Only 7 more to go to put us into overtime. Yeah, right? 7? Yeah.
7. Mage catching the Cypher and just actually getting caught himself. Swag Bob through the wall there. Cryptic going to be going in deep as UM-Flint looks for the rotate around. Swag Bob with the second kill. And Cryptic continuing on this push, holding there for UM-Flint to be able to look for this A-site plant as the enemy does indeed kind of massively group up on that B-site. Cryptic still moving through, and it looks like the enemy rotates. Cryptic with a possible flank opportunity as UM-Flint holds still at A-site.
Cryptic with another one, putting it down to a 4v2. Big advantage. Cryptic kind of staying out there, trying to prevent any flanking coming in onto B. Corazon just chilling here, wiggling in the toxic.
Feels pretty cozy as Viper to be in that smoke, I'm sure. And Cryptic going to be swinging in, finds 2 on site, and just holding very still there, making sure the defuse isn't hit. Corazon standing there, and Swag Bob finally breaking out of a bit of a rut there, finding a 4K, finding the swag that we know that the Bob has.
No, I think he finally woke up from his nap he was taking all this second round. All of our players are taking a little snooze, but they're awake and coming back with a vengeance.
I think so too. UM-Flint finally becoming very familiar with Kettering's game, and it gets to be very, very scary. There's only one opportunity to make one big mistake. UM-Flint in a corner right now. We see the teleport from Cryptic, and he's going to get caught out. That,
I'm not too sure what happened with that one, to be honest.
I mean, if he did get a successful teleport, that would have been a very early take of B site. UM-Flint smartly moving back, looking for an A site plant after B site having been so contested. Mr. Toothbrush leading the way, looks through the cam, finds nothing, and UM-Flint still pushing in, looking for this A-site plant. It's going to be a close one. 3v4, and Swag right off the bat, unfortunately, taken out. A 2v4 still entirely possible as Sloppy, holy moly, what a triple kill to completely clinch that one. UM-Flint down but not out, fighting back, and we're on game 3 for the decider. It is gonna be a scary one, and we'll see what happens. Goodness gracious. Just a really scary set of rounds. UM-Flint fighting back so hard, fighting back with such vigor, and having such a massive angle to really try and come back there. But it's hard. Losing just one time kind of sends you out. After losing those 12 rounds, it was tough, and it took UM-Flint a little too long to come back there. So here it is, the decider, and UM-Flint will be coming right back at you in 3 minutes. See you then. Hello and welcome back. Here it is, the final game, series point on Ascent.
Round 3, UM-Flint versus Kettering University. Valorant Monday.
Valorant Monday nearly coming to a close for this final game.
Corazon going back to his roots. Mage switching to Jet. Swag Bob back to the Sova. Toothbrush sticking with the Cypher.
I think the KO from Cryptic is super interesting, but it's sent. So, I mean, who really knows what's going to happen? I think UM-Flint going to be pretty strong here to begin with. But this game has been, if anything, a subversion of my expectations. So we will see what occurs here. But for the meantime, we'll have UM-Flint coming into this ready to go with a few switches. And I think UM-Flint, not great history on this map. And I simply hope that we're able to kind of switch that up. It's the only thing I'm really worried about. Ascent, just not really the craziest, bestest map for UM-Flint. So I think at the same time, I think the KO will play very interestingly here, and it's gonna be a good time as we have Mr. Toothbrush on the cams for B main, and Util already flying out. Here come the first few punching in. Corazon and Swagbob falling. Mage with the double kill follow-up. A third possibly from Mage. Cryptic with another one, and it is 4 kills for UM-Flint off the bat. Cryptic moving right around this munitions box, and another kill. Cryptic absolutely finishing it out, and UM-Flint with a counter-offensive to be afraid of.
A dominating first round. Did not even see him coming from above. Very, very, expressive way to start out this third set.
I think Mage coming in from heaven there on A site, really, really surprising that Kettering did not do too much of anything in terms of just suppressive fire. It was just a bit of a collapse in comms, it seems like. UM-Flint starting off very strong. Kettering maybe not expecting such an offensive push as Mage continuing the offensive with a Marshall kill there. Swagbob also following up as UM-Flint trying to show who's boss in this round 2. Mage going to be ducking here quite a bit, waiting for the swing. I believe it's the enemy jet on this here. She does move across. Swagbob not quite able to get any contact there. Mage getting caught by the Sheriff.
A little slow on the draw there. Back to a 4-3.
Swagbob, 5 health. Gonna need to hold very carefully. The recon bolt coming out here, and it might be a swing over to B site as Cryptic does in fact rotate very carefully. It might be a fake as Swagbob holding close here on A site does caution a complete rotate, and instead UM-Flint opting to stay a little bit more idle and in stasis, ready to move and adapt to Kettering's next move here.
Corazon.
What?
With 2.
What? Okay.
Through the smoke. 3 through the smoke. He's crazy.
What? Okay, check him computer. What was that? Are you joking? What? What even? I don't even. Okay.
You don't need to know. You don't need to know.
I would like to know. I need to ask him about that, actually. What?
He just knows.
That was
It's all about the sound.
absolutely.
As long as you hear them, you can basically see them with your ears.
Right.
He's on top of it.
Right. I think the one to the left was supremely far away for the ear thing. But I think that might have been intuition, but definitely the mid angle was one. Regardless, Mage actually seeing quite a few on that choke point. Main is going to be dangerous as Corazon just lining them up and taking them down. Corazon with a triple kill. Cryptic moving up, going to be taking a lot of damage through the wall as a 3v3 goes down, and all 3 on both sides fall. It's a 2v2 as Cryptic ready to move in. The flashbang coming out and getting caught as Mr. Toothbrush is the last one alive in this 1v2, getting caught by the enemy KO, and Sloppy with a 4K to end the round.
Sloppy, not sloppy at all. In fact, the 4K, you know, pushing back that extreme 3K from, was it Cryptic again?
It was Corazon.
Corazon.
Really playing that one massively. Going to be really important that it kind of it developed a lead, and UM-Flint just not able to really pull out of there in time. Lots and lots of activity, and the Heat really stepped up. Unfortunately, just not able to reposition. Mage with another kill on Sloppy to begin the round here, but it's a complete neutralization from the enemy team as it gets a little bit more heated. A 4v4 for the rest of this round.
Looks like we got 3 on A. Cypher trying to just hold that angle, watching cams. Gets a little bit of info. Cryptic holding B alone. Puts through the smoke.
Flash is coming out. Might hear some crossing movement. So he's going to pull up a little bit closer on this angle. Flint pushing Corazon to expect the mid push.
Target sighted on B. Shots through the wall. A little bit of damage on Cryptic. Grenade coming from heaven.
Smokes landing on B main. The Killjoy caught out by the camera as Mr. Toothbrush caught in the mid side, and Corazon is the only one right alongside Swag Bob here. 2v3.
Spike planted.
Spike goes down, and Swag Bob with the recon bolt.
Trying to get some information on the enemy team. Gets shot from the side. 23 health left. Swagbog drops. Corazon taking that trade. 1v2. Spike is ticking down.
Knows there's one arches, sends the smoke through, and not enough care on those arches. Silva with a lot of damage, and Kettering finally tying this one right back up as UM-Flint and Kettering going to be trading a lot of blows here. Gonna be big.
A little bit of an even match again, once again. Lots of ends. 2-2. Still very early. Still very early. We've seen big plays from Kettering and UM-Flint. Just a matter of keeping it clean.
Swag Bob ready for the early recon bolt on this main push. And it's going to be Corazon actually caught out by suppression. Going to be pulling back from a mid-angle. Mage actually does in fact get one. Not entirely clear how, but UM-Flint going to be up one. Gonna need to play with that advantage big time.
Shots.
Swag caught completely in that angle.
Getting shot through the smoke. Gets put UM to a 3v4. Spike still hasn't been planted yet.
Spike
Cryptic trying to swing around here. Lots of shots fired. No contact yet. Cryptic coming back around. Trying to get another angle on the situation here. Island takes down Cryptic. Toothbrush misses his shots. A second one for Island and a third one from Wunkin, giving Kettering round 5.
A very decisive play from Kettering there. Going to be really tough one. UM-Flint losing a lot of steam. Losing a lot of steam to begin with. Starting out really confident, and Kettering now finally kind of wringing the neck a little bit. UM-Flint needing some sort of footing, some sort of direction, and consistency to play off of to try and really find Kettering off balance here. UM-Flint moving very aggressively into the mid side. Swag Bob does get the kill on Wunkin, trading for Mage there.
Retreating a little bit. Corazon also getting shot at. Cryptic with a kill on XD Valley. Sending out the suppression. 2 of them suppressed. Huge from Cryptic.
Corazon getting one in transit from mid to A, and it's the 2 that were suppressed now probably going back of mid. Corazon going to be very careful, looking for a bit of a jump peak and standing back very much so. Toothbrush going to look for the rotate as UM-Flint believes that there's a possibility of B site, but immediately 2 are caught trying to enter A site. Corazon falling on that connector.
Shots through the wall towards Swag Bob. No contact. Mr. Toothbrush taking them out.
And
3
it's
to
gonna be a
1.
battle from heaven. Cryptic with a headshot to end the round. 3-3. UM-Flint tying it up.
Once again, so back and forth between these teams. So exciting to see. Very exciting Valorant Monday. We're here for it.
No, absolutely. It is just another Monday, and UM-Flint really making it a little bit better. Just gotta hate the start of the work week. You know how it is. You know how it is.
Valorant Monday always cheers me up.
Real and true. Mage looking for a quick pick. Does miss the pot shot there, but does pull out the operator for a possible second kill. Swag reading from the lever. Enemy Killjoy ready to deploy here. And Corazon looking to teleport out of the detain, but actually is detained as UM-Flint completely holding very carefully, but just unable to break this push. Corazon getting a pick there, but it is a 2v4.
Really low on health here. Corazon trying to survive as long as possible. Lots of suppressive fire from Mr. Toothbrush here, trying to call out any approach. Gets shot through the smoke by Wunkin. Corazon takes him back out. More shots through the smoke. Lots of retaliation from Corazon here.
The game comes back to a standstill. Corazon retreating, hoping to save this Phantom. As it's down to this 1v3, 11 health. 1 round could take him out. As I say that, Island, 1 through the head. Corazon annihilated there. Flint losing a very important round. Now kind of still on the back foot, and Kettering able to really push in here with a lot of firepower. Flint looking at these marshals. Holy moly, that's a lot of marshals. The sheriff from Mage, and a nice little shoddy for Mr. Toothbrush. It's going to need to be a lot of this long-range gameplay and hopefully finding an enemy operator. We will see what occurs here.
Lots of adaptation to the map by UM-Flint. I think that's what they're going here with all the marshals. Lots of contestation on A. 1 from Mage. Shoots for 2. Swag Bob takes at Island. Wunkin gets Swag Bob right back. 3v3 once again.
Flint and Kettering University back and forth here as Cryptic looking for that Killjoy right on that main side. The cam comes out. Mr. Toothbrush with the suppression. They see the spike. Flint gonna need to start defusing soon. 2v2.
Running through the moat. Toothbrush with the Bucky.
Double commit there as Flint just moving massively to get the kill. Mr. Toothbrush with 3 kills that entire round and a thrifty for Flint, equalizing it once again and giving Kettering a run for their money here on this Valorant game. Because that is the game that they are playing, and that is the game that we are commentating.
They are, in fact, playing Valorant right now, and we are, in fact, commentating over that. Over a tied round, I wonder if they're going back with the same Marshall strategy once again. Looks like Cryptic's got the operator this time.
No, I think UM-Flint really wanting to swing right back at him. The firepower is going to be massive here, and UM-Flint gonna need to use it to their advantage. Cryptic ready with the operator, ready to get this first pick.
Got 3 on A, 1 looking up mid, nobody on B yet, but looks like lots of tripwires going down. Shot from Cryptic, taking out 1 with the operator. Looking for another one here. Smoke gets sent out and has to give up that angle, moving on to something else here. Toothbrush still looking in that same angle. Lots of suppressive fire.
One enemy
Mage just getting these 3 kills as Kettering does not stop peeking on this A main. Goodness gracious. Once again, check the PayPal. Kettering just making a very cold-blooded mistake there.
Wunkin, unfortunately, getting Mage, stopping their reign of terror. Toothbrush, still a 4v1, trying to shoot through the smoke here.
UM-Flint needs to just hold like a fortress. 30 seconds left for the spike plant. And Cryptic with the final kill with the operator. Gorgeous shot as UM-Flint soars ahead in economy. They do have quite a bit of reserve to fight for when it comes to Kettering here. Kettering still kind of up in eco, in econ, so it's going to be quite a bit they're going to have to do here to really eat into their coffers. One more round win, and they might just have to force this. They might be able to force this eco round from Kettering here. Cryptic on this B main.
Does get detected, but misses the shot with the operator. Reveals their entire team almost. All pushing down that same main A point.
Mr. Toothbrush with a lot of suppressive fire on the enemy push on B main. And Cryptic with a pick to begin with. Swag Bob just anchoring down very carefully here as Sloppy does catch Swag Bob out on the arches. Mage with another kill. Goodness gracious, it's a double as Mage soars in, and Corazon with the final kill on the Sova. UM-Flint annihilates the push before we can even conceive it.
Actually, I didn't have time to blink there. I would have missed the entire round. Huge, really quick round from U of M here. 6-4. Bring us into that 2-point advantage we really haven't seen much today besides the first round. Bringing it back here, showing that all we needed was a little bit of a map change.
Yeah, I think U of M Flint on Ascent really showing up and showing out, but they're going to need to keep it very safe because
Oh, what a shot from Cryptic.
very nice retaliation there. Cryptic, though, losing a lot of health, and that's going to play into it. It's going to be really hard to play with Cryptic's value here. If he's able to get one more, it's going to be big with this operator for absolute sure. We do see the Jet kind of peeking down mid, and Corazon going to be holding that connector very carefully. The smoke coming out, and the enemy suppression nade coming as well. We do see the enemy peek out. What?
Mage going crazy.
Okay, all right. These Valo players are not messing around. Goodness
No,
gracious.
they're not. Holy
Mr.
cow.
Toothbrush with a long shot with the Odin, unloading the entire belt and box into the enemy combatant. UM-Flint on the last round before swapping over to the attacker's side. Now, this is going to be the do or die. Is UM-Flint going to be able to push the advantage, or will they slip after the swap? It's going to be that very concept that they cannot follow through on. It's gonna need to be them not tripping over themselves when they're given a different role here. We'll see what happens. Cryptic.
Another flick from Cryptic. Killjoy is active at the moment. Corazon seeing the Jet flash in.
super deep in it, going to try and escape this, and teleports out, but still gets detained. That's we see that one a little too often here, funnily enough. But Corazon thankfully is behind cover as the Killjoy moves up underneath Heaven. Corazon with 1 kill. Island and XD Valley getting 2, and it's a 3v3 as Cryptic completely down here. Gonna need to recharge. It's fine. He's chilling. Never mind.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's on the ground.
Yeah, that's real unfortunate. UM-Flint losing that round, and it is a round swap. UM-Flint not able to use their momentum on that defending side, and now it's going to be the attacking side where they need to develop and continue to keep the pressure on, because if they don't, UM-Flint gonna be real stuck for a little while, and they cannot afford that. Only 5 points away from series point, and Kettering, it's 7. It's gonna be a close one, and if UM-Flint can't really push this advantage, Kettering will have the answer.
Mr. Toothbrush going alone here in mid as we have 4 going towards B. Perhaps another quick plant here from U of M. Mage going in as fast as they can, trying to hold off anybody from coming towards B. Shots on Mage. 2v1, XD Valley taking Mage out. Swag Bob shooting the recon bolt. Taking out Island. 4-2.
Kettering committing quite a few in arches, but it was only 2. So UM-Flint able to quickly overwhelm a 4v2 situation there. Mr. Toothbrush. Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. As UM-Flint.
Sliding to the right.
I
Took 1 step this time to finally hit a shot.
most certainly was a Cupid shuffle of a gunfight there. Mr. Toothbrush pushing back into mid, and Corazon ready and mustering up for this push on B site from spawn. Swag Bob swinging right back around, nearly losing his life. 6 health, finally taking out that jet. UM-Flint widening the gap, keeping it at an advantage of 3.
Finally almost out of the pistol phase here. Upgrading the weapons a little bit. Looks like we got swag. I'm not sure what that one is. I couldn't see it. It went away too fast. I did blink, and when you blink in Valorant, you do miss these super quick rounds. Mage currently holding a 15-12.
We got sad face from Onekin, and we have Mage saying "I love you, Onekin." There might be a little bit of romance happening between the 2 schools. Who knows? Mr. Toothbrush, I'm in love with you. That is a double kill. Amazing to begin with. UM-Flint up 1, and is going to need to play on that. Corazon with 2, and it is what is this, map diff? What is happening?
Firebolt coming up from Swag Bob here, trying to find the last combatant. Cryptic going in.
Cryptic with a very slow peak there, killing Island, and it is UM-Flint up 4, and now only 3 points away from match point, from series point. Goodness gracious, what a dominant round they're playing. However, this confidence can be met with hubris, and UM-Flint needing to temper that, push. It's all going to take a lot of focus, a lot of dedication, and UM-Flint seeming to be very coordinated, because once again we see the 1-4 push. Mr. Toothbrush looking for it in mid, and Mage leading the pack here. UM-Flint massively suppressed and actually caught out very much here.
Kind of sticking through the smoke, throwing at the flash. Mage going in, getting taken out by Sloppy. XD Valley also taking out Swag. Swappy also on Cryptic. U of M is getting rolled here. Onekin on Mr. Toothbrush. Corazon, the last one alive.
And it is a failed push. UM-Flint really, really tough. I mean, I heard Swag call out for the fake. And UM-Flint just not acting on it.
UM-Flint needs to regroup after that one. Hopefully not dampening them too much. Still on a 3-point lead.
Yeah, it's those moments where you make a really big mistake that can cost a lot in terms of pressure, cost a lot in terms of morale. Because it has been going so well. You have UM-Flint needing to not trip on their faces, needing to not play emotionally, and it's looking like they're still playing for executes here. You have UM-Flint with that recon bolt and the smokes landing as U of M-Flint looks to clear out Mage and Swag Bob getting picks.
Swag Bob also showing in the shock dart, takes out Wunkin.
And it's a 4v2 before you know it. You have Flint with the spike going down. Mr. Toothbrush still outside in mid. Core Zone finds the jet and is going to swing her very carefully looking for the pre-fire, but they don't know.
From behind, Mr. Toothbrush almost with two. Momelo enough, fast enough to turn around.
You gotta hate that. That's tough. Mr. Toothbrush, apologies. You almost had a clip there. That's tough to see. You probably shot your own clip while missing the jet there, unfortunately. It's down to this 3v1, and it looks pretty chalked for this round. I'm not going to lie. The spike ready to detonate, and it's only a slight possibility that the jet got behind them. No, it's not. U of M Flint takes another round. Round 16 for U of M Flint going into round 17. This is going to be that much closer to series point.
Only 3 left. 4-point deficit for Kettering here. Mage, the top fragger, Swag on the bottom.
Yeah, that's you don't see that every day. I think Mage played out of his mind. Swag Bob, I mean, once again,
Come on, buddy.
Well, okay, all right. I think each one of those kills counts. It's super important, and I think Swag playing a lot more strategy than gunplay at this current moment, leading a lot of the pack in terms of some of these anchor kills, leading a lot of the pack in terms of just being the leader. And Mage.
Wow, right in their face. Mage gets taken out by XD Valley. Swag pushing in. Cryptic trying to get anything through the smoke. Holding down this push towards B. 2 enemy players' locations revealed. Corazon from the behind.
Thankfully catches out that Killjoy trying to kill Cryptic, but Cryptic flanked, and the spike actually dropped for once in mid. It's a 2v4, 45 seconds on the clock. U of M Flint seems to be slipping a little bit here with that spike completely gone.
2-4, 37 seconds left on the clock. No, 1v4. Wunkin taking out Toothbrush.
30 seconds left.
Corazon trying to sneak their way in here towards the spike again. Unfortunately, Sloppy takes them out.
Team Ace for Kettering University, and it's round 18 as Kettering does attempt to continue to close the gap. You have Flint only 2 away from match point, needing to not psych themselves out, needing to make a decisive move and continue to make these executes that guarantee them these rounds. It's super important, just staying coordinated, staying on top of it, and Core Zone ready for the smoke, going all the way across, looking to smoke that catwalk as Cryptic with the swing around actually sees the tracers go through. Core Zone getting a pick.
Cryptic moving into flash here. XD Valley taking out Corazon, drops the spike again, second round in a row.
Thankfully, Mr. Toothbrush is there to recover it. Cryptic trying to hop out of that grenade, but unfortunately completely caught out. That is a tough one. I believe that's actually the molly there. But we do see the Cypher ulti. Swag Bob with 1. 2v3, and Swag Bob counts as 2, so 3v3. as Swag Bob watching that door. Mr. Toothbrush hears the enemies from up top.
Shots through the ceiling. Toothbrush trying to get this out. XD Valley with a 3 in a row. Toothbrush ending that immediately. Down to a 1 in 3. Toothbrush sees the enemy. Trying to hold the spike down as long as he can here. Still a 1v2.
Gets so caught. Holy moly.
Kettering here able to defuse the spike, bringing it to a 2-point deficit. Still only 2 away from match point.
Yeah, UM-Flint, goodness gracious, really slipping. Gonna need to start trading rounds. Trading rounds here, sorry, excuse me. Going to actually result in UM-Flint most certainly getting to the end here, but it's just going to be that much harder to start doing that. It's too close, and UM-Flint really needs to develop some sort of lost momentum, because the amount that was lost here is massive.
Location is revealed on Cryptic. A little bit of a bump from Cryptic, bumping into him. Pulling this corner. Looks like everybody's pushing towards A. 2 on B, 3 on A. Rotating back.
Yeah, they find A is actually completely open. UM-Flint looking to completely entrench, and Sloppy does take out Corazon, and the kill lands. So Kettering going to look to completely rotate over. 1 minute left on the clock to get that spike down. UM-Flint defending on that spawn side, and Cryptic getting a few shots in, looking for that killjoy, but the spike has been planted. UM-Flint defending a little bit more here. Mr. Toothbrush now on the ally defender side, where they spawn here, holding kind of throwing caution to the wind a little bit as the enemy killjoy locking in. Mage trying to get the kill right off the bat. Oh, but that killjoy, that's going to be real tough as Mr. Toothbrush rushes back in, looking to go from the top side, but he actually sees the killjoy trying to defuse, interrupts the defuse.
So close. Spike is almost done here.
Oh! UM-Flint not able to stop the spike defuse.
Rough. You can...
Holy moly.
10-9. Kettering making up that point deficit. Swag Bob calling in for a timeout.
Goodness gracious. That was a heartbreaking defeat there. I mean, the spot out from Mr. Toothbrush on the camera there, just unloading on that bomb. Kettering just sticking it, and now a 1-point deficit for Kettering. It's just...
It's hard. It's hard when you start with such a big lead and the opposing team catches up so fast. I think this is actually a really good timeout for Swag, trying to get his players locked back in as they were just a few rounds ago. Hopefully able to swing the momentum back to their side and, you know, stop making these very, very easy mistakes and get them the last 3 rounds they need.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was just tough. I think Mr. Toothbrush did see the cam was populated, but it just not a quick enough hand on the actual bomb, and yeah, it just got to be really difficult there. Here it comes, round 20. This could very well determine the series.
Bob catches sight on somebody, shoots the recon bolt, destroyed immediately. Mage takes 1 off of Momello. He's going to send the firebolt over the smoke. Gets a hit on the target, trying to move in. Corazon taking them out from behind.
UM-Flint, very nice on the coordination, finds that killjoy in transit after looking to peek Swag Bob. Swag Bob knows it. He moves in. Corazon getting 1 arches, and Swag Bob taking another one out mid, finds the last one out mid. The spike goes down. UM-Flint needing to entrench themselves.
4-1. Spike is planted. Lots of pressure right now on Kettering. UM-Flint takes it, however.
Cryptic. With that last kill, you could see the shaking. You could definitely see it. I think UM-Flint very nervous, very much in a tough spot, and they do not want to slip. It would be terrible, but of course that weight is on these players, and they need to fight through it.
All right, 2 more rounds here until game, deciding the whole thing. Toothbrush staying out of contact. Presence is detected on Cryptic, still pushes in.
Cryptic not going to swing it. That would have been a massive mistake, a game-costing mistake. In fact, Mage, however, gets the kill on Sloppy. Very important as Mage tries to look for a bit of a one-way and gets vantage point here as UM-Flint finds an opening on A site. Mr. Toothbrush on the behind finds one mid. The
2 from Mr. Toothbrush.
and the ulti coming out, I think.
Is that through the smoke?
No, that was Jet jumping 50 feet in the air, Cryptic catching her out completely. And it's down to this Sova, and the Sova might be looking to save as Kettering now in a rock in a hard place. There's only so much Kettering can do.
Island actually takes out Cryptic, putting it to a 4v1. Still, however, I believe the spike is going to go off, getting U of M this 12th round here. Yeah, Corazon finishing off Island, bring it to match point, 12-9.
UM-Flint saving a lot of money. UM-Flint looking for the full Vandal buy. Of course, actually, I think we have Corazon with a Marshall. Oh, goodness gracious, Mr. Toothbrush. The Odin? Okay, he puts it away. No, he takes it. The B-site take. The B-site execute. For match point. For the series. Down to this, UM-Flint is looking for it. Age ready to dash.
Huge early push onto B. Location does get revealed, though. So much gunfire going on. UM-Flint drops the spike. XD Valley taking 2, bring it to a 3v2.
UM-Flint finds them caught out in arches. It is Mr. Toothbrush. Last one alive.
Takes a little bit of damage from the grenade there. Down to 58 health. Minute left on the clock. Spike is still dropped. Tries to get this angle from the peaks here. More damage through the wall. Down to 15 health. The presence is detected. Down to the pistol. Team Ace from Kettering. 12-10.
Goodness gracious, UM-Flint just claiming that dominance there on B site, but just continuing to peek that same angle through arches, not having anyone to follow up from the other side. So it was just 1 and 1 and 1, losing 3 to that same angle on arches. Really just played into how that round just completely crumbled. Flint, 2 more opportunities to fail. But 1
Swag has his location revealed.
to win. Here we go. Swag Bob.
Recon Bolt taken out immediately. Still has the location revealed. Trying to hold this angle against the jump peak. Cryptic trying to prevent anybody from getting in. Looks like they're rotating towards A. Swag taking a little bit of damage. Sloppy taking out Mage as well. That Jet's going to dash away, not letting Swag Bob get any damage in.
Swag Bob with one, Mr. Toothbrush with another. It's a 3v3. This match getting that much closer as Mr. Toothbrush pushing up very carefully, but found by Sloppy. The spike down. UM-Flint not able to plant at core zone. Last one alive, and the last hope if they want a round 22 win, round 23 rather. Core zone looking for these tap fires, getting completely suppressed, caught in the suppression field, and still going to be roaming out here.
15 seconds left on the clock. 1v3 situation. Core zone needs to lock it in here, secure the win. Gets taken out by Island. 11-12.
UM-Flint, one opportunity left. They need to have a decisive round win to take this series. Otherwise, an overtime and a lot of missed opportunities behind UM-Flint. It's tough on the morale, and an overtime would be devastating.
Tougher on the nerves as well. You know, we already saw Core Zone shaking a little bit here after that first one, but UM-Flint needs to lock it in here and take this match point and finish off the series. Lots of suppressive fire here. Core Zone shooting through the smoke, taking out the bolt.
Swag with one pick here on B site. The move is big. Mage with just a big push onto B site.
XD Valley taking out Cryptic 4-3. Mage on Momello.
4v2. Mage with another one, and it's down to 1. 4v1. Last one on B site. UM-Flint retreating, leaving that Killjoy, hoping to not throw this round in a possible 1v4, making sure to plant this A site and go for an absolutely determined win.
Taking the round. Victory for UM-Flint. 2-1.
Holy moly, Mage with the final kill, and there it is. Goodness gracious, UM-Flint finally taking ascent and finally securing the win. What a series against Kettering University.
24 kills. Core Zone with 19. Swag at 15. Toothbrush 17. Cryptic a little lagging behind with 14. Still, though, amazing work from all of our players tonight on this wonderful Valorant Monday.
It's massive to me, I think, the way that just how unbelievably close it got, and UM-Flint still unwavering in some ways, wavering in others, but unwavering for the most part, able to finally bring it together. And a lot of the rounds that they made along the way were absolutely integral. So really, at the end of the day, UM-Flint really deserved that. Just fought for their lives, and that game 1 was stunning. That game 2, we won't talk about it. I think UM-Flint takes those.
I mean, even then, the round 2, there is a bit to talk about how, you know, hard that they fought back for that round 2. You know,
I think there was such a valiant push right back at Kettering for absolute sure. Just that match point so early really locked that one away.
Oh yeah,
it was unbelievable, and a miracle run. I mean, I love our boys, but that is probably one of the hardest things to fight against here. So we do get the 24 kill Mage at the end of the day, and that really is game. And GG's to Kettering University, our homies here in Flint, Michigan. Hopefully one day maybe we'll get to fight again. And we are definitely going to be looking at this match with a critical eye here.
Of course.
For absolute sure. But that will be it from us. This has been Skydagger.
And this has been Akarui.
And that will be the conclusion of our good old Valorant Monday. Join us tomorrow for some Rainbow Six Siege. U of M-Flint popping in for NECC Rainbow Six Siege. Don't miss it tomorrow. Check around 7 o'clock. Stay followed. Stay tuned. And we will see you next time.
See you next time.